Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, we're gonna start in New York City because this week was loud, and not just loud because there was cheers for progressive, but it was a cheer, not a cheer. There was loud because there was this like example of racism. Like this week was racist, it was terrifying, and it was honestly, it was kind of inspiring for the progressives. Let me walk you through it. So, Zohran Mamdani, if you didn't know the name already, you're about to. He just pulled off a huge upset in the New York City mayoral primaries. A progressive Muslim born in Uganda, raised in Queens, pushing an unapologetically pro-people agenda. And he won. Not barely. Not on a fluke. He built a movement, and it worked. Now, if this country was functioning like a healthy democracy, we'll be talking about rent relief, about transit access, about taxing billionaires who treat Manhattan like monopoly. We'll be talking about the policy. But no, what did the GOP do instead? Oh, they lost their damn minds. Because buckle up, y'all, because this has got really, really, really good for these people. Because they show their face. And we all know how racist they are, but they made it public. So let's start with a few of these lines. So Donald Trump Jr. tweeted, and I quote, I'm going to see if I can do his voice. I'm old enough to remember when New Yorkers endured 9/11 instead of voting for it. That was more like a Trump, but you get it. Like, what? Let's be clear. He just compared a democratic election to terrorism because a brown man with a Muslim name won. And that's where we at. Then comes Elise Stefanik, who didn't waste a minute. She fired off a fundraising email calling Mamdani a Hamas sympathizer and said, let me quote you, his vision for New York makes me sick. Really? The vision that includes rent control and public transportation makes you sick? Or is it just the man delivering it? Oh, and of course, because we're living in a cartoon dystopia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the MVP of ignorance, posted an AI image of the Statue of Liberty wearing a burqa. And she said, New York is turning into Gaza. Sharia law is incoming. Let me repeat that. They're using 9/11 trauma, Islamophobia, anti-Arab tropes, and outright racism to attack a candidate whose biggest crime is wanting people to not go bankrupt trying to get to work. And honestly, I'm tired of pretending like this is normal. I never pretend that this is normal, but I'm tired of the media to say that it's like, oh, but it's just the GOP being the GOP. No. These people need to be impeached and out of office. And what's even more insulting is that this man, Zohran Mamdani, is the very definition of the man of the people. Let me tell you who he is, because they sure as hell won't. He was born in Uganda, came here at the age of 7 years old, raised in Queens, New York City public schools, graduated from Bronx Science, went to Bowdoin, I think that's how you say it, and studied Africana studies. He worked as a foreclosure counselor, literally helping families keep their homes. He still lives in a $2,200 rent stabilized apartment in Astoria. No car, commutes like the rest of us, trains, buses, delays and all. He married his wife, Rama Duwashi, a Syrian-American visual artist, this year. He met her on Hinge. By the way, just like the rest of us normal people nowadays. Most of us do social dating apps now. He's not running for some penthouse. He's not running from the penthouse. He's not backed by Wall Street donors. He's not playing politician. He is New York. And that's what makes him dangerous to the rich, to the the system. Because when working class people see someone who looks like them, sounds like them, and actually gives a damn winning power, the system panics. Now look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This backlash is dangerous. Calling him a terrorist, that paints a target. Saying he's turning the city into Gaza, that invites violence. Demanding deportation for a Queens-born citizen, that's fascism, plain as simple. And yet, when I mean Queens-born citizen, I don't mean like he was born there. He lives and breathes Queens, and he's a citizen of the United States. And yet most of the media, they're covering like it's some spicy Twitter drama. No, this is bigger. This is state-sanctioned racism being normalized in real time. And if we don't name it, it wins. Now, let's zoom out a little bit. You remember what they did to Ilhan Omar? The go back to your country stuff? The attacks on Rashida Tlaib for even daring to speak about Palestine? Even Barack Obama, you'll know that tired to make his middle name disqualify him. You remember, and even Trump says Barack Hussein Obama. Like, it's a pattern, it's a playbook. And now it's been used on Mamdani because he won't apologize for existing, because he doesn't contour himself to fit into some sanitized, white-friendly version of American, because he's not here to prove he belongs. He belongs, and he's not asking. But here's the twist. All that hate, all that noise, it didn't work. Turnout in his district was higher than expected. Young people showed up. Muslim families showed up. Renters, immigrants, gig workers, us. And what's even better, he wasn't backed by billionaires. He was backed by regular people. And memes. Seriously, go look up hot girls for Zohran. It started as a meme, but it became a movement because people were hungry for authenticity. For someone real. For someone who doesn't treat politics like a brand, but like a duty. Like it's supposed to be. You're doing it for the people, not for your own corruption, for your money stuff. Trump. So let's say the quiet parallel. The right-wing freakout is not about Mamdani's platform. It's about his existence, because he proves that a Muslim, socialist, immigrant kid from Queens can beat the machine. Now, by socialist, I mean democratic socialists. Don't try to clip this. And if that's possible, then their whole worldview, the power belongs to the wealthy, the white, the American born in the narrow sense, starts to crack. So they scream, they slander, they panic. But guess what? The rest of us, we're not panicking. We're organizing, we're voting, we're winning. And let me leave you with this. This is about left versus right. This is about right versus wrong. Because if this country truly believes in freedom of speech, and freedom of religion, in democracy, then we better start acting like it. And that means calling our bigotry, even when it's dressed in a suit and tie. It means rejecting fear, even when it's sold us as patriotism. And it means standing up for people like Zohran Mamdani, not just when they win, but every step of the way. Because representation isn't radical. Caring about poor people isn't radical. Riding the subway and demanding your landlord stop hiking rent isn't radical. What is radical is pretending all of that makes you a terrorist. Alright, deep breath. We got a lot more to cover, because next up, the Supreme Court. And what they just did might be even worse than this. But this moment right here, this NYC race, it wasn't a glitch. It's a signal. And the people who've been ignored, sidelined, and silenced for generations, we're coming for our seat at the table. And we're not asking for permission anymore.